Mysteries have always held great appeal to players. Often, they relate to unresolved plot points, leaving players to establish their own conclusions and fan theories, and other times they come in the form of Easter eggs instead, seeing developers hiding jokes, references, cameos, or hints players need to get to the bottom of. However, sometimes a mystery might not have any grand plan behind it at all, simply being the result of developers changing their original plans during production and leaving traces players were never meant to find in the first place. Either way, fan speculation is nothing new across creative media, but gaming's interactive nature leads to players attempting all manner of tricks to find hidden secrets that as of yet are still unanswered. I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com, and these are the 10 biggest unanswered video game mysteries. Number 10. BANJO-KAZOOIE, the Locked Treasure Chest. Rare's classic adventure game BANJO-KAZOOIE was notorious for its hidden mysteries. Featuring a set of 6 brightly coloured mystery eggs and a large, usually inaccessible ice key as part of a process called Stop and Swap, it became the subject of intense discussion within the fan community. Admittedly, Rare have since revealed what Stop and Swap entailed, but the mysteries didn't end there. One of BANJO-KAZOOIE's other noted oddities is within the Mad Monster Mansion level, which focuses on a locked treasure chest. Located atop the mansion, it's accessible by breaking the window and climbing into the bedroom, but despite many player efforts, no means of opening it has ever been discovered. Data mining may have indicated that nothing was actually hidden within, but the chest's shape and size indicates that this wasn't always the case. This isn't helped by the entrance to the Treasure Trove Cove either, which contains a similar chest outside it, one which can actually be accessed. So, like with many elements of BANJO-KAZOOIE, this is destined to forever remain a mystery. Number 9. Super Mario, who is Bowser Jr.'s mother? Bowser might spend a lot of his time kidnapping Princess Peach and being a professional sex pest, but in his downtime, it's clear that he's one hell of a family man. Super Mario Bros. 3 introduced us to his 7 children, Lemmy, Morton, Iggy, Ludwig, Larry, Wendy, and Roy, making up the Koopalings. But Super Mario Sunshine introduced an 8th child by the name of Bowser Jr., whilst the Koopalings remained absent. Seeing Bowser trick his son into believing Peach is his real mother, he attempts to frame Mario for painting magical graffiti across Isle Delfino and then kidnaps the princess on his father's orders. Upon defeating the father-son duo, Bowser admits to Junior that Peach is not his mom, but never confirms his mother's real identity. Naturally, this led to fan speculation about who this could actually be. Some believe Koopas may reproduce asexually, while others cite the fact that Peach never denied being his mother, which you'd think would be immediately dismissed. When put to series creator Shigeru Miyamoto about the mother's identity, he simply pointed to himself. As such, it's clear Nintendo have no intention of providing an in-game answer anytime soon. And good, to be honest, because that is by far the best resolution to this mystery. Number 8. Sonic the Hedgehog, why Eggman captures animals inside capsules. Newer Sonic titles may have seen Dr. Eggman shift his tactics to straight-up world domination plots, but back in the Mega Drive era, he employed some rather different tactics and converted South Island's animal population into robots, rather than building them from scratch. As a result, each boss fight ended with Sonic jumping on top of a capsule, freeing his friends. But the real question is, why does Eggman do this? Are they used as processors for them? Is it just the Sonic equivalent of hamsters running in wheels to power them? What's going on? Well, the Japanese manuals do make some references to Sonic's animal friends. Sonic 2's talks about how Eggman is turning them into workers for building his Death Egg, and the original game hints that he's done it to turn the whole of South Island against Sonic. It makes sense with regards to providing obstacles and needing workers, but for what reason is he keeping some contained within these capsules is never made clear. Number 7. Undertale, W.D. Gaster. Toby Fox's Undertale inspired a massive following when it first launched in 2014. Featuring multiple endings and a save system which remembered your actions on previous playthroughs, it's a title filled with a large number of mysteries and hidden dialogue. One mystery that's remained unsolved, however, regards W.D. Gaster. Described as a brilliant former royal scientist to Asgore, he created the core before his disappearance, leading to Alphys taking over his position and many believing that he actually retains a hidden role in the game. Much like Sans and Papyrus, his speech utilizes a different typeface, Wingdings, but his true appearance is unknown. Several of his followers can be found in-game, claiming that he, quote, fell into his creation, and another stating that he, quote, shattered across time and space, leaving his true fate a complete mystery. It's easy to dismiss him then as just a background character, but Undertale curiously resets your game if you try to name your character Gaster. So it's clear Toby Fox had something planned for him, but just what is yet to be seen. Number 6, POLYBIUS. POLYBIUS is one of the strangest mysteries in gaming, notoriously because it doesn't relate to an actual in-game mystery, but rather an urban legend that sprung from several suburbs within Portland, Oregon. Allegedly designed to produce psychoactive and addictive effects within players, this urban legend states that these machines first appeared in 1981. Following on from player sessions, the legend goes that these arcade cabinets would then be visited by men in black periodically, all for the purposes of data mining these machines for analysis. It's left an impact within the gaming world though, and 2017 saw Llamasoft release a POLYBIUS game for PS4 and PC, though this was not designed to replicate the original alleged game. Despite this, the original title's existence was never proven, and a Freedom of Information request to the US government came back empty. Considering the story first appeared in 2000, it's more likely that this was just another internet hoax, but a widespread discussion followed in its wake regardless. Number 5, Final Fantasy. 7 and X2 are linked. Or are they? Square Enix has always kept Final Fantasy titles separate from one another. Whilst there's been a large number of spin-off crossovers and some direct sequels and prequels, each main entry usually is a self-contained adventure featuring a new story, setting, and characters. It was unusual then to see that within Final Fantasy X2, they made a direct reference to Final Fantasy VII. Playing as the Gullwings, X2 sees you travelling across Spira via an airship, the Celsius, where they're accompanied by Shinra, a mysterious child who works aboard the Celsius as their technical advisor. Helping the party get to the far plane, he at one point examines energy readings, speculating that these could be harnessed. This links up with 7, which featured the Shinra Electric Power Company supplying Mako energy for Midgar, coming from the planet's lifestream. It's a link touched upon in the Final Fantasy VII Ultimania Omega Guide, stating that, quote, he carries a name that gives him an association to the Shinra Company, and he is researching a method that could utilize the energy of the life force that flows through our planet. The results of this cannot be seen in Final Fantasy X2, but maybe one day his descendants will establish a company that supplies the energy of the planet. It is a pretty clear connection, though it's one which is merely hinted at within the games themselves and was significantly downplayed by the scenario writer. Still, this hasn't stopped fans querying the implications this holds for Spira in its distant future and leaves many questions unanswered. Number 4, Grand Theft Auto 5 Mount Chiliad. Rockstar Games have always seen their fair share of Easter eggs, but one of the weirder mysteries at play is the Mount Chiliad puzzle within Grand Theft Auto 5. The highest point in all of San Andreas, atop this mountain, you'll find a cable car station with a large map printed across the wall. Filled with mysterious symbols such as a jetpack, UFO drawings, and an eye symbol, often called the Eye of Providence, Mount Chiliad also holds a lookout station with the words, "Come back when your story is complete," written onto it. Upon reaching the 100% completion point then, a mysterious UFO appears over the mountain, but for what purpose remains unknown, as it cannot be reached. It's likely Rockstar just wanted to throw in a fun little Easter egg for beating the game, but even now, it remains a point of interest to whether this holds a deeper mystery. Number 3, Super Mario, Shy Guy's Real Face. Shy Guys are one of the more recognizable enemies from Super Mario. First appearing within Super Mario Bros. 2, their appearances within mainline entries have been surprisingly rare. These iconic characters are often found within spin-off titles, usually as a background character, but recent titles have made them playable. One mystery has followed them since their inception though, and that's the nature of their true appearance. Always hiding behind a white mask, described as a result of their shyness, we've yet to see just what they look like underneath it. One major exception is within Mario Power Tennis, where a cutscene sees a Shy Guy trip and then drop its mask. Their face is never shown on screen, but Luigi gives a particularly frightened reaction, implying there is something quite scary hidden behind it. Given their lack of mainstream appearances though, it appears unlikely that this one will be resolved anytime soon. Number 2, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, The 5 Bug Jars. Skyrim unquestionably redefined the Elder Scrolls franchise for Bethesda, releasing in 2011 to critical acclaim and seemingly never-ending number of console ports. It sold over 30 million copies by 2016. Opting for a more diverse open world than its predecessor Oblivion, it was filled with many mysteries, one of which being the mysterious bug jars. There's 5 of them scattered across Skyrim, containing a butterfly, a moth, a dragonfly, a torchbug, and a bee, but these aren't tied to a specific quest and can be found in different locations. Despite being a miscellaneous item, the strange runic symbols carved into the jar lids led to much investigation by players and the assumption that they're connected to a wider mystery. As of yet though, no higher purpose has ever been found, and Bethesda has never formally commented on their use, leaving little but speculation to go on. Number 1. Half-Life. Who is the G-Man? G-Man is easily Half-Life's biggest mystery. Described as a, quote, sinister interdimensional bureaucrat, only ever making reference to his employers, and even his name remains a mystery, never once being referred to as G-Man in the game outside of the Half-Life 2 credits. Basically, nobody knows anything about this dude. Watching you across Half-Life before directly approaching Gordon Freeman in the ending, he seals Gordon away in stasis for 20 years, and he is implied to have been involved in the Black Mesa incident. Taking a prominent role in Half-Life 2, he appears to Gordon as a vision upon waking him up from stasis before engaging more directly afterwards and actively intervening in the events to Gordon's benefit. Whether he's purely acting on behalf of his employers or whether there's a personal investment in Gordon's success remains unclear to this day. Given the success of Half-Life Alyx and Valve's interest in returning to the franchise though, we may not have to wait too much longer for some concrete answers. But then again, I bet everyone said that when Half-Life Episode 2 shipped, so I don't know. So that's our list. Once again, what you guys think down in the comments below. Have these unanswered mysteries been keeping you up at night like they have me? And are there any that I missed off here? Either way, while you're down there, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to WhatCulture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't though, I've been Josh, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.